Hyderabad நீங்கள் சொல்லும்போது it reminds me of the Osmania biscuit and the Karachi bakery and these kind of products that are very very famous, and I think that is like a day to day kind of a product in the local market over there. So அந்த ட்ரெடிஷ்னலாக பண்ணவங்க வந்து are they open to technology, are they open to the new development? Can you tell us a little bit about that part of the market and how the industry is such?
Okay, so when you're talking about Karachi bakery as such, it's run by Mr. Ramanini. Okay. So Karachi has a legacy of making those fruit biscuits and Osmania and all these things. So they went ahead in time. It's not like they've limited themselves only to serving the existing market.
Okay.
I think we must have seen in the last few years Karachi has come out all over across India. They are able to sell their biscuits across the country or even export.
Supermarketsலயும் இருக்காங்க, independent
stores also பண்ணிருக்காங்க. அது இல்லாம ஏர்போர்ட்ஸ்லயும் வந்து ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங்கா ப்ரோமோட் பண்றாங்க because it's a culture of Hyderabad. So Osmania again is also which is there. So the best part is like everybody maintains their own style of Osmania or every own style of fruit biscuit.
ஏனா அந்த விறகடுப்புல பண்ணாதான் அந்த டேஸ்ட் வரும் அப்படி சொல்லி ஒரு காலத்துல சொல்லிட்டு
அது ஒரு டைம் but I think over a period of time, thanks to the manufacturers, one thing I should say is our bakery equipment suppliers have aligned themselves quite well with the international market. So this is slightly off the topic from Hyderabad, but I would say this time when I visited IBA, I found 11 Indian manufacturers exhibiting in a European market, serving the Europeans. So it is a big credit to the country.
Absolutely.
So a made in India product, serving the international market, and especially the A market is challenging. Like name it Arun Rega. Or
Chamundi
adukaprom we also had CS Arathom, we had car engineering, Black Forest from Madurai. So we had quite a bunch of people, and especially the majority were from South India. So இவங்க எல்லாரும் வந்து அங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா it was just like another Indian pavilion sitting there. It was good overall. It was good to see so many Indian manufacturers there. Coming to the quality of machinery what they manufacture, it's in par with the world standards. So we are able to gone are the days where we used to say then in the oven la panna dhaan varum adella illa ipo. So it is now they have kind of adapted themselves to the international market, where we are able to standardize the product and where we are able to develop a SOP and go on.
Absolutely. சார் இப்போ இது நான் பார்க்கும்போது the same trend I'm actually seeing. இப்போ the Hyderabad market ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்காக நீங்கள் எடுத்துட்டிங்கன்னா, since that is one part of the market that you're catering to, I think the consumers are also evolving. In the sense, right, அங்கே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப high-end pastry shop வர ஆரம்பிச்சிருச்சு, high-end cake shop வர ஆரம்பிச்சிருச்சு. And I think a good example is how Almond House, one of the biggest or one of the best sweet manufacturing companies in this part of the world, அவங்க வந்து they have now I think diversified into Manam chocolates and சொல்லிட்டு I think they have made a completely world standardக்கு வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா they have made a complete experience center for chocolate. Where they are explaining the entire process, and I think Mr. Chaitanya, I think he's heading that particular business, and I think they've done a very phenomenal job in bringing that experience across. So when people are being able to immerse in that particular experience, they are able to sell certain very premium products that are able to sell. ஏன்னா ஒரு பாக்கெட்ல பண்ணி வச்சு இது 5,000 10,000 அப்படின்னு சொல்லும் போது people have questions, people have doubt what it is. But when an experience center is there and people are able to immerse themselves in that particular, இப்போ எல்லாமே என்ன சொல்றாங்க, they're talking about immersive experience பத்தி தான் சொல்றாங்க. So when you're able to immerse your customer or your guest into that experience, it's much easier for them to sell some of the premium products.
True. So I would take a comparison between a kind of unit which is Alpha Bakery, which is next to Secunderabad railway station. So I'm talking about culture. So there is always a huge consumption of bakery. You cannot step into Alpha between say 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the evening. So it is like packed.
அவ்வளோ கூட்டம்
இருக்கும். And Alpha is known for its economically priced bakery products. Right from a puff, for Dilkush or any
Okay.
product for that matter.
Okay.
So Hyderabad has its own market for that.
Okay.
So chai, a typical Nawabi style of Irani chai which is being served
Okay.
in a normal shop, that is a different market. Those
Absolutely.
are sold in masses.
Kandipa.
And we also, on the other hand, as you said, Almond House is a classic example of how they could price a product at even 3 rupees a gram
Okay.
or 4 rupees a gram.
That you talking about close to 1 kilo வந்ததுனா 4000 ரூபாய் கிட்ட வந்துருது.
இருக்கு அந்த மாதிரி ப்ராடக்ட்ஸும் இருக்கு.
Okay.
So Almond House is just one of them. So we have many
Conso, yes.
is another brand.
Absolutely.
Then we have many such brands.
Flu is another one.
Flu is another brand.
Yeah.
We have many such brands like that. So these are premium brands. And in between we have brands like Brown Bear, Cinderella, and all these are traditional brands which have contributed enough and more to the this thing. And Hyderabad has a very, very unique baking community.
Okay.
They call themselves UBCL.
Okay.
United Bakers Corporation is what they call UBCL. Okay. So they are a community of more than 300 bakers.
Okay.
So they have initially they were all jointly working together in terms of procurement.
Okay.
So this is a Beko model which they follow in Germany.
Okay.
So they have adapted the same model in Hyderabad.
இத பத்தி கொஞ்சம் விரிவா சொல்ல முடியுமா? It's interesting-ஆ இருக்கு.
So see, procurement, the price of the product becomes if you are able to sell a product at 20 rupees,
Sorry.
if your cost price of the product is 20 rupees, they can definitely bring it down to 17 rupees by doing a central purchase.
Okay.
So all these 300 bakers put together, they have
அவங்க எல்லாம் காமனா ஒரு பிராண்ட்ல விக்கறாங்களா இல்ல அவங்க பிராண்ட்ல விக்கறாங்க?
ஒண்ணா வாங்குறாங்க. Procurement is done
cooperative model வாங்குறாங்க.
Cooperative model வாங்குறாங்க.
Okay.
வாங்குன பிறகு அதுக்கு அப்புறம் that we help them to, like exhibitions like us help them to
consolidate and
find the right product or find the right supplier. So once we do that, then they sign a contract with them, and then what happens is they buy it. Procurement is central, and every day in the morning you can indent for yourself.
Okay.
And then there is a basic quantity which you need to take every month.
MOQ
மாதிரி போட்டு அவங்க எல்லாம் இருந்து எடுத்துக்கறாங்க. So இது இல்லாம this was there more than 8-9 years they've been doing this. So இது இல்லாம in the recent time they have developed a central bakery for themselves.
Okay.
So you need not invest on your own chef or your own set of manpower. So your standard products are being made, like your
bread cookie அந்த மாதிரி they have some standard
set of products
okay.
which you can pick it up from the central bakery, or probably if you indent, there is a supply chain system which goes and caters to every store across the city.
Sir, this sounds very interesting. Is it possible that we make a visit there and we can make a video out of this?
Why not?
Huh?
Why not? We can.
I think that is something that we can look for. It's very, very interesting. A cooperative model in an industry. This is the first time actually I'm hearing about it.
So it's as I said, it's a central kitchen what they've put up, and they've also tried to gain the confidence of the people. So there are a couple of things which goes hand in hand. One is the standardization of the product,
okay.
quality of the product, and even if they're not able to sell a particular product, they're kind of switching it.
Okay.
So if it doesn't go
switching it now within the permissible time frame, right?
Yeah, within the obviously. Okay. So if they're not able to push it within a day, so they are able to push it to another store which sells better.
Okay.
So
okay. So that's, I think it's a very beautiful ecosystem. I think நம்ம ஊர்ல I think இது மாதிரி ஒரு விஷயம்
and they've got a very, very strong supply chain.
Okay.
Logistics.
இதில் வந்து ரொம்ப சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல்லாக பண்ணுறது வந்து நான் டைரியில் கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கேன். அஃப்கோர்ஸ் டைரி ஆல்வேஸ் ஹேஸ் தர் யூனியன் கோஆப்ரேட்டிவ் சொசைட்டிஸ் அண்ட் ஃபார்ம்ஸ் வேர் தே ஆர் ஏபிள் டு ப்ரொக்யூர் டுகெதர் அண்ட் சென்ட் இட் ஃபர்தர் ஃபார் ப்ராசஸிங். பேக்கரியில் தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் நான்
கேட்குறேன். பட் ஐ பர்சனலி திங்க் தட் பிகர் பிராண்ட்ஸ் லைக் be it Monginis or even Macronet for that matter or CK for that matter will have such facility.
Okay.
But this is a different scenario. These are individual outlets being catered from the central bakery. So they are not a company as such.
இப்போ ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் ஒரு மாதிரி பேக்கேஜ் வச்சிருப்பாங்க. அவங்க இண்டிவிஜுவலா பேக்கேஜ் இல்ல யூனிவர்சலா
universally it's the same packaging.
Okay. இப்போ நம்ம ஒரு சூப்பர் மார்க்கெட் போனால் மாடர்ன் பிரெட்
மாடர்ன் பிரெட்
பார்க்குற
என்ன பார்க்குறீங்களோ only the outlets are different. So they've come to that understanding so that they are able to kind of do this model.
Amazing sir. இப்போ இந்த immersive experience பற்றி சொன்னோம். Another brand which I also want to talk to you, because again this is coming back to the place where you are very strong in Coimbatore. கோயம்புத்தூர்ல வந்து ஆனந்த் சொல்லிட்டு there is a sweet shop which, if I'm not mistaken, and I understand that they are also backward integrated with a farm where they're producing their own milk, and some of the products they're making like the laddus and the milk sweets and the lot of products variation from that. ஒரு பயங்கரமான எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸாக இருக்குன்றாங்களே எல்லாருமே வந்து is talking. It's not the Anand that is there in Bangalore. Bangalore Anand இன்னொரு experience.
That's a different one.
That's a different kind of a thing. So in the Coimbatore Anand pati, what is your reading and take on that?
So I think a lot of efforts have gone into this. So generally what I've seen from the Coimbatore market is people are quite inquisitive and they want to deliver the best.
Okay.
So in terms of they go the extra mile to kind of source the best product, source the best ingredient, or probably even to source the right sort of resources to make a particular product.
Okay.
And if the product is not up to the mark, they don't even bring it out to the market.
Okay.
So it's not just about kind of making money in the business. There's something beyond that. That's something what I see in not just Coimbatore, across South for that matter.
Okay.
So I'm not saying people are not passionate in the other markets, but
okay.
They go the extra mile to ensure that it is clear, it is clean.
Absolutely.
The labeling is perfect, your product is perfect, the timelines are met, a lot of things. Yeah.
Absolutely. And another very interesting thing, again, ஆனந்த் பேர்லேயே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பெங்களூர் இருக்கிற ஆனந்த் I had the opportunity to go. நான் நினச்சேன் உங்கள் ரெண்டு பேரும் actually connected சேம்னு நினச்சேன். Then only realized they are completely different, these people are completely different. And ஆனந்த் வந்து நான் விசிட் பண்ணும்போது I think I went during if I'm not mistaken, I went during a Diwali time போயிருந்தேன் நான். நம்மளுக்கு தீபாவளி டைம் போயிருந்தேன். அங்கே போயிருக்கும்போது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஷாப் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா they already have made all the gift hampers and kept. ரெகுலராக யாருமே பேக் பண்ணல, எல்லாமே gift hamper. The gift hamper I think starts from 500-700 rupeesலேருந்து 15-20-25 30,000 rupees gift hamper பண்ணி வச்சுருந்தாங்க. And they literally flying off the shelf.
Correct.
பீப்புள் வராங்க, ஒரு 5 basket 6 basket 3 basket 2 basket. கேட்லாகும் அவ்வளோ பிரமாதமாக பிரிண்ட் பண்ணி வச்சுருக்கான். The catalog was like really impressive. And அது மாதிரி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா I've never ever seen a packaging like that for Diwali. Of course north அந்த சைடில் வந்து probably have all this fancy kind of a thing that is actually there. But பெங்களூரில் வந்து பார்க்கும்போது actually I was shocked. And I see that particular outlet was doing booming business. I think during Diwali they would have minted and they have multiple stores across Bangalore for that particular brand. So in the gifting and corporate இது வந்து that is also very big business இல்லைங்களா?
It is evolving, sir. It is evolving, and people are looking at, again I'm saying, people are looking at quality products.
Okay.
It is no more like people want to give their customers the best.
Okay.
So price is not a concern, a constraint here, or so
provided you're able to deliver that value.
Deliver the value. I think today the Indian market has grown. When the காரம் ஸ்வீட் பாக்கெட்ல போட்டு கொடுக்கறது அது ஒரு பார்ட் ஆஃப் த ஸ்டோரி இன்னும் இருந்துட்டு தான் இருக்கு. பட் அது இல்லாம there is some bigger market. The corporate world is opened out better avenues for such packed products.
Sorry. So coming to another very important aspect of all this entire equation, the people, sir. So you are from what do you call hospitality background, specifically in terms of education.
Correct.
இன்னைக்கு நீங்கள் இந்த ecosystemலாம் டெவலப் ஆகிட்டு போகுது. How are the institutions are able to provide qualitative manpower? How are the institutions be able to provide qualitative F&B professionals, chefs? இவங்களாம் அவங்களால இன்ஸ்டியூஷனெலாம் கொடுக்க முடியுதா? Other institutions delivering this kind of thing that is required for the market? What is the actual status on that, sir?
See, I would break it down into 3 different what do I say,
categories.
No, not just categories. I'm just saying in terms of the timelines. Okay. 90s was a different ball game altogether.
Okay.
Where people went to a property for service, quality. Back then people wanted privacy, service, quality. All that was available in a 5-star or a 4-star category of hotel. In the 2000, the there was a different market which evolved. A lot of influence of the IT industry was there. More a kind of facilitation was required for the clientele who came into the market and things like that. So the industry served its purpose. So you had a lot of people coming into this business of accommodation, hotels, and so on and so forth, right from a service apartment to a kind of a 5-star or a fine dining experience, which was nurtured in that time. So still the industry was able to find reasonably good manpower around that time, because the number of catering colleges also grew around that time, and there were good education, or probably I would say more a kind of an internship which was given to them, mentoring them, and people from the industry were mentoring them. But now what I see now is it's becoming slightly a different, challenging task for the industry to hire people from the catering colleges.
ரொம்ப பிளேட்டண்டாக சொல்ல போனால், ரொம்ப அப்பட்டமாக பேச போனால், the vacuum is so huge that before a talent is formed, they actually get sucked into the system, and before that person is fully equipped to handle the particular position which they are in, they are already forced to go in, and therefore there's a lot of lapse in service and in terms of the delivery of their quality of work. இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு பெரிய சேலஞ்சாக இருக்குது. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. Okay. The major concern is I think the options are very, very easy. The somebody who passes out of a catering college gets a easier option to find him or her a job, but sustaining in the industry matters. So the industry also faces a crunch for quality manpower today, and I think what I personally feel is there should be some external agencies who could pitch in here with lot of loads of experience. People from the industry, like veterans from the industry, should take a lead to kind of train or to get into. So there was something called a training department in the hotels earlier. I think now it is slowly kind of fading away. Slowly fading away. People are not spent enough time into the training. I've always been speaking to a lot of trainers on this aspect. I think senior professionals who are out of the industry should take time out to form a company, or probably be part of a company who can go do freelancing and train staff. At least spend quality time. Some quality time mentoring them.
The nature of the industry is also such. By the time that these wonderful chefs and F&B professionals retire, they are so burnt out that all they have time is actually possibly, of course there will be a lot of some exceptional chefs. Chef Kanan does a lot of ex-Taj, he does a lot of such kind of work, and I think both the SICA, South Indian Culinary Association, as well as the IFCA, Indian Federation for Culinary Association, I think all of them do a lot of work in terms of trying to grow the industry. But there is a huge gap between what is the requirement of the market and what is actually the throughput is that actually is coming through. So இது இப்படியே போயிட்டு இருந்ததுன்னா, and I see a lot of good talent over here actually going overseas, or going to other fields, or going to other verticals and industries, and இதில் வந்து ஒரு கான்ஸ்டண்ட்டாக ஒரு வேக்யூம் இருந்துகிட்டே இருக்குது. Now we run this training academy called Food Consulate for baking and pastry. யார்ட்டையாவது இதை பற்றி பேச்சு தான் வந்துச்சுன்னா, the first thing they ask is that உங்கள்கிட்ட ஏதாவது ஷெஃப் இருக்காங்களா அப்படின்ட்டு. They are first and foremost just graduates from the program, right? இவங்க எதிர்பார்க்குற ஷெஃப் இல்லை, பட் என்னன்னா they are willing to pay them say 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, whatever they are willing to pay, such a high pay, right? And எனக்கு என்ன பையன், of course they've learned a lot of good stuff, and us being recognized by WAX, and us being having a giving certification through City and Guilds UK, we have some standards. But the thing is that, right, all the skills, no matter what you teach, it's only through repeated practice and continuous
hands-on experience is what makes a perfect skilled person. So I think that's where we lag again. So again coming to this, there was a when we went into a catering college, there was something called a kind of an entrance which we need to do. That entrance would have both logical, reasoning, physical, so many
aptitude test and detail
was there, and that was there. And then of course things were quite different when we went for our internships in any hotel. It was a 6 months mandatory internship we need to kind of complete, and then we before even taking up our exams. So those were mandatory. See, I was lucky enough to get an internship with Taj, and Sheraton and Taj taught me a lot of things, that even a catering college today cannot do it. There's something which an industrial exposure can do. I think that's where they lag. And however difficult it is, long working hours is just a part of it. And I think we need to kind of drive it into these kids to understand what the market would be. It's not going to be the same. So if you're going to be performing, that's a learning phase. So if you go past your learning phase, I think you will have your own stand in the industry. So that's what the industry is also. We were fortunate enough to get somebody like I had a pastry and a kind of a bakery chef who was training us, mentoring us in college, Mr. Sita Ram Krishnan. So he used to not just take classes for us. He used to be kind of sharing his experiences. So those were great legends. Like, we had a couple of them part of this. And even in the industry, when we went into the industry also, we had so many mentors mentoring us. And that mentorship has to happen. Absolutely. So I don't know what is the level of patience what the
current generation
has. And I think it should work both ways. Somebody has to intervene. That's why I said agencies like this could play a vital role. Veterans, because they come with a clear mind. So they're not bound to get the job done from the manpower available, nor they come in with a fresh mind, and they should be a bridge between the industry and the entrance.
Absolutely. Yeah. In fact, this particular thing I would like to say that they always say that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So that being said, I'm sure that we have some very highly qualified teachers and people who are willing to help. But the people who are interested to come into this line, they should be ready to accept it and try to move forward. With that, Brijesh, one last and final question, or rather a conclusion note, is that what is the opportunity and the future that we can expect in this growing industry, be it food processing or food service or bakery or any of this thing? How do you see this trend picking up? Because the food industry in India is supposed to be so large and so vast. So in your bird's eye view from an industry perspective, because not just one, you have multifaceted vision in this particular thing. Ungaloda take enna, what do you think the future is going to be, and how do you think it's going to move forward?
I think India is poised for a great future, and we've still not explored what we are supposed to explore. There is a huge market wherein, in terms of the regional food being promoted, in terms of the regional cuisine being taken to the next level, or even global food for that matter being manufactured in India and exported into other countries. Yes, we are doing our export bit, but India could be a larger export hub for the food industry is what I personally see. Food service, yes, again, there is a quality of food service industry which is growing in the country and across. I'm sure that lot of Indian brands have gone abroad, set up their brands across. I'm sure that a lot of homegrown brands will still continue to do it and this. But my only bottom line request to all food business operators is that is to kind of maintain a good quality.
Be the best in what you do, right?
Be the best in what you do. And today there is a lot of shortcuts which are available in the market, be it a premix, be it an alternative ingredient which can cut down your your prep time or whatever it is. Be cautious before what you're getting into. Understand the depth of what that can cause to the end user. So if you can do that, and if you are able to consciously work around it and go in depth into it to understand it before you even think about implementing it in your kitchen or in your manufacturing spaces, I think that should be our USB, and India would go a long way.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time with us today. It has been really eye-opening and pleasure to discuss with you about the different experience that you had over here. I really want to wish you and your company all the very best in the upcoming events, and we really look forward in benefiting in visiting your events and activities. Thank you so much for being part of us.
Thank you, sir. We wish Food Consulate and your venture all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So that is us signing off today's episode of the podcast. So hope to see you again soon in an upcoming podcast. Thank you.